What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are all having a good start to your week. It's going to be a little bit of a different animal type video for you guys. I saw a tweet today from, I think it's Nathan Price, basically an older document from Capco referring to XRP as a stablecoin. What I'm going to do in this video is present to you guys kind of a timeline of documentation that I have found that doesn't deal in my speculation, but that does deal in referring to XRP as a stablecoin, and in some situations refers to XRP and I believe XLM as well as kind of global, almost global currencies. So this isn't coming from me. This is coming from places like the World Bank, all of these other aspects. I think you guys, knowing how long I've been doing these videos, you know my stance on it, but I'm not going to argue with the documents that have been put out, and I'm going to share them with you today. The first one is a digitization in Treasury. This is from KPMG, kind of one of the big four consulting firms out there in the world. Ripple is going through Treasury. This is basically just, this document is showing XRP and XLM kind of on the same playing field here. This goes back to 2019. Like I said, I'm going to present a timeline. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this, I did want to say, finally, we are getting Hedera Hashgraph HBAR support on Coinbase. Inbound transfers are now available in regions where trading is supported. I mean, this is absolutely massive. We've been waiting on Coinbase for a long time, regardless of how you feel about Coinbase. Coinbase is one of the easiest exchanges to onboard new individuals in this space, and it's great to see HBAR being on the platform. Also, on top of this, I wanted to give you guys a heads up that Web23.HBAR is launching smart domains tomorrow. This is not financial advice. These are going to be going on sale at $10 a piece, kind of what you would see through unstoppable domains for .crypto. This is .HBAR. So I'm probably going to be participating. Not advocating that you do, but I think this is a pretty cool announcement. All right. Before we get into this, XLS20 is delayed. There's a great explainer on Twitter from Vietsavind, and you should definitely read through it. I mean, for me, I would rather that the native NFTs on the ledger be done in a way that's efficient and correct, and they identified a bug, so it's great to see that they're, kind of pulling back. They're going to implement the solution and then push out the amendment and wait for the validators to vote once more, but we will be seeing that eventually. It's good that they caught it before it went live. Okay, so this is the document that Nathan Price talked about. So XRP is a stablecoin. Capco equals capital markets company said yes. I had talked about this a couple years ago. This is on Patreon, though. This is instead the institutions could utilize a stablecoin of choice, such as Ripple XRP, or one developed in their consortium. According to Ripple, cross-border transactions using its system take under 7 seconds to occur. Each member bank could purchase an amount of the stablecoin. They then could peg the value of their currency of choice at the time of the transaction and trade it across the network. To then be cashed out on the receiving end for the currency of choice, each member bank would have the option of using a stablecoin to enact transactions across the borders and conduct the transaction over multiple currencies and multiple forms of collateral. All right, now we get into this Group of 30 document from 2020. The Group of 30 is massive, obviously. You've got former governors of the Bank of Israel. You've got current general manager of the Bank for International Settlements. You've got former governor, Bank of England. Former president, Federal Reserve Bank of New York. You can kind of run through who all of the members are within the Group of 30. Extremely heavy hitters here. Now, the title of this is very interesting. Again, this is 2020, so take it with a grain of salt. But this is entitled "Coordinating the Introduction of Global Official Sector Stablecoins." And this is Mark Carney raising the question of whether a globally coordinated systemic hegemonic currency, so like a global currency, could dampen the spillover shocks associated with the dominance of the US dollar as a reserve currency. A systemic hegemonic currency could, for example, be a stablecoin backed by a basket of deposits at different central banks. It is then possible that such a stablecoin could be valuable for cross-border payments, serving a function similar to that offered in the private sector by Ripple, a real-time gross settlement system, currency exchange, and remittance network whose native digital currency XRP leapfrogs slow and expensive correspondent banking. Now we're going to get into Deloitte. This is again in 2020. Now what Deloitte was doing here is this whole document. Let me go up to the top here so you guys can see the title. I apologize, I don't have my mouse on me. So I have to scroll. Let me scroll. This is entitled The Future of Exchanging Value, Cryptocurrencies and the Trust Economy. Again, 2020. Interestingly, they talk a lot about special drawing rights in here. This is Deloitte saying in 2020 that there's been talk of replacing the US dollar with special drawing rights created by the International Monetary Fund in 1969 to supplement its member countries' official reserves. If you're not aware, special drawing rights values are based on a basket of 4 international currencies, the US dollar, pound sterling, euro, and yen, and can be exchanged for freely usable currencies. Typically, the funds the IMF lends to countries are denominated in special drawing rights. You can get into this, but at the bottom of this here, it's talking about the SDR being created to support the Bretton Woods fixed exchange rate system. Now, if you go to the end of this, though, it's talking about Deloitte's telling you that we can expect cryptocurrencies to take on a similar role as that held by the International Monetary Fund's special drawing rights, as a specialist tool for exchanging value used in specific circumstances, with most international transfers still remaining in sovereign currencies. And then it goes into the near and the far future. And then within this same document, they've got some decent stuff about XRP as well, key technology, et cetera, et cetera. All right. Next is World Bank Group, Central Bank Digital Currencies for Cross-Border Payments, a review of current experiments and ideas. Now, this is more recent. This is November of 2021. Again, we get into lots of acronyms and abbreviations. These are all, fiat currencies, DLT, real-time gross settlement, special drawing rights, wholesale central bank digital currencies. Interesting that we see, again, Stellar, and we see, XLM, and we see Ripple XRP. So this gets into, again, framing, the verbiage of stablecoins. Stablecoin refers to a class of digital currencies that are relatively stable in terms of their price. Stablecoins offer instantaneous processing and security of payments, as many cryptocurrencies do. They also offer stability with respect to their parity against fiat currencies. 2 digital currencies that fall into this category, so you've got the World Bank calling XRP and XLM stablecoins within this document. All right, moving forward, this is the Payments Association. Now, this is what I wanted to find from today. I recognized something earlier, and when I did my video a couple of weeks ago, I did not see something within one of the documents, and I'm going to present that to you guys. Now, the benefactors, or the people facilitating, the funding behind this Payments Association initiative, is MasterCard and Pay with Glass. Now, you can go down into the leaders here: Fidelity Information Services, Infosys, MasterCard, Santander, Western Union. Swift is in here, Boston Consulting Group. Lots and lots and lots of big names. Deloitte, Ernst & Young. A lot of names we always see in this space, right? But what I wanted to talk about is this Project Digital Currencies. Now, in the first video that I did, I mentioned that the Project Digital Currencies team includes Head of Public Policy Susan Friedman at Ripple. Now, also, Pay with Glass has not announced exactly what they're doing yet, but I think this is actually underpinned by XLM and Stellar, and I'll show you why in a second. But also, it deals in XRP. So we will make our big reveal in autumn 2022, and the thing that I missed last time was the mention of XRP within this. So Project Digital Currencies. So when you get down into here, it's talking about producing thought leadership content. So the for the Payment Association members, I just showed you those members. There's a lot of members on key industry topics which increase the awareness of industry trends, challenges, new technologies, such as exploring the role of CBDCs and stablecoins. More interesting, how does Bitcoin and volatile assets differ to XRP and stablecoins? So they're literally, they're grouping Bitcoin / volatile assets together, and they're grouping XRP and stablecoins together once again. For example, the difference between consumer-facing applications and treasury management. Now, we saw treasury management, this entire document here from KPMG all the way back in 2019, saying a Ripple was going through treasury, and then talking about XRP and Stellar. Treasury management, once again, within this, comparing Bitcoin to volatile assets and comparing XRP to stablecoins, which is just, to me, a little bit interesting. Now, this gets into this digital financial market infrastructure that Pay with Glass is certainly facilitating. But then we can move even a little bit further and go back in time with Pay with Glass And this entire galactictalk.org thing that I found says that they're very much so working with the Stellar Development Foundation, kind of since the onset. And this has been being built since, I think, 2017, which is pretty crazy. And this year they're going to announce, what their, who their members are, et cetera, et cetera. You can see here, though, this is Pay with Glass's website. It's paywith.glass. You can check around in it. Again, Stellar Network, everything with about Pay with Glass. This was February 2021, so a little bit more recent. Even to the point that this Bank for International Settlement Hub and Bank Indonesia announcing finalists of the group of 20 Tech Sprint CBD Challenge. And guess who's in here? R3, Ripple, Stellar is in here. And we see Pay with Glass. Problem statement 3, improving connectivity and interoperability. Now, what I did see with Pay with Glass is it looked like initially everything was underpinned by XLM. This goes back to 2017. I'll post this thread for you guys. Stuff obviously may have changed since then, but it'll be interesting to watch how it plays out. It looks like they're going with the agnostic route now. And then last but not least, Pay with Glass is underpinned by... They're a subsidiary of this Satellite Moving Devices Group. And Satellite Moving Devices Group, dealing with ICT infrastructure. And you can see right here as well that they're definitely tied in with Stellar still. And actually Zilliqa as well, which is pretty interesting. So, just a little bit of, a time frame for you guys. I'm certainly not saying that XRP or XLM are going to be this global currency, but I will say that especially this world that talks about XRP leapfrogging slow and expensive correspondent banking under this coordinating the introduction of global official sector stablecoins, which is systemic hegemonic currency, which basically talks about one world currency. So, all right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you when I talk to you. Thanks, bye.